Let's get this thing. Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. C-Red Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Bulls come away with the dub. What a great win over the New York Knicks. Man, coming back home, like I said, and this is the thing, right? You want to get the front side of that back-to-back. And the Bulls were able to do that tonight, beating the Knicks 109-103. Got a little sketchy there, but the Bulls able to withstand the run and tie up this series with them. As always, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want y'all to miss a thing, so make sure that you hit that bell. This is the only channel that's talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So get in tune with us, my boy. Let's break this game down, man. First things first, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy today. Y'all already know what I told y'all on the live, man. Going through a little bit today mentally, man. So having y'all there with me, rocking with me, man, it means a lot. Let's break down this game. Let's talk about this game. Let's talk about what our team was able to do. Jeffrey in the chat. Let's talk about what our team was able to do starting this thing off. Of course, to me, I'm looking at this thing as, are you going to be resilient enough to withstand some bad offense? And what we saw today was a couple of offenses that struggled. Now, the Bulls end up getting it better down the stretch, but we saw a couple of offenses that struggled. We saw a couple of offenses that weren't able to get it going offensively how they like. I mean, at one point, of course, it ends much better than it started, but at one point, Zach LaVine had 11 points. He finishes with 21, 6 and 4, 7 for 20, 7 for 7 from the free throw line. Did not knock down a three-pointer, end up with a steal, a block, 2 turnovers, and 2 personal fouls. And the story of the day to me was foul trouble today. I'll never blame, like I try to really not blame the refs for being a reason we lost the game or being a reason we get out of a game and stuff like that. But I will say that it kept the New York Knicks in the game. It kept the New York Knicks in the game tonight, and the Bulls had to overcome that. And the Bulls did a good job of overcoming that while struggling, having a tough shooting night. I mean, at one point, DeMar DeRozan was 4-11. DeMar DeRozan able to pick it up in that second half a little bit. 31 points for him, six rebounds, 5 assists. He was able to go 2 for 2 from the three-point line. I thought he couldn't make those, and I just don't take those. That's what y'all got to understand about that boy. And then you saw him go 10 for 20 from the field, 9 for 9 from the free throw line. From the free throw line. The story of the day, though. The story of the day to me, Kobe White. Kobe able to come back, finally find himself a little bit of a rhythm. Now, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's overly, oh my God, I told y'all Kobe would do it. It's one good game. It's one good game in the right direction. I'm happy that he got that game, but it's one good game in the right direction. And the biggest thing that you have to look at to me is that the biggest thing you have to focus on is, can he continue to do this? Because if he can, that is a different level of Bulls team right there. That is a different level of Bulls team, especially with that bench scoring. Listen, we want to let you guys know as well, man, to call into the show. We've already got people on the phone lines, but the phone lines are open. The Contender phone lines. The Contender is an app you can download where you can hear nonstop sports talk while you're on the clock. You can hear me. You can hear John Zagul, all your favorite sports talk YouTubers, all your favorite sports talk guys, man, that aren't on those bigger platforms. You can hear them live on the Contender, man. So get in tune with us over there. Call into the show 855-908-5668. I want to hear from you guys, man. The Bulls got a good dub tonight, but I want to hear from you guys. We got the phone lines open already. Let's go out to the 773. What's going on?
What's good, Pat?
Man, well, how you feeling, my boy? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Hey, look, man. Hey, this was a good game.
Yep.
Hey, P Kid gonna have to apologize and put some respect on the boy Kobe White's name.
It's
man,
one game. It's one game, y'all.
He showed out. He showed out tonight.
Absolutely.
And another thing, yo, we definitely need. I ain't gonna say we need a center, but we do need like a bigger power forward, because Julius Randle was getting us on the boards a little bit, man. I'm not
Yeah,
saying that we need to make a trade to
yeah,
get a power forward, but we need to like get some size. That's why I pitched the idea of DeMarcus Cousins or
yeah.
Marquise Chris or Matt or Mike Scott because I don't think you want to trade anybody with the way the team is going,
Right.
and I feel like all of these guys fit on our roster. We just need somebody with some size.
I mean, listen, size definitely makes a difference, but I'll be honest with you. I love the game plan that they have for Julius Randle. Like it's like I said, kind of during the live, and man, I appreciate you for calling in and rocking with the show as always, bro. Lot of
Always,
love,
man.
man. Appreciate that love, bro. Stay safe out there. The thing that I look at is I love how they've played without the big man. You know what I'm saying? I love how they played without the big man because what did you do? Julius Randle ate us up tonight, right? But Julius Randle's that kind of player. Julius Randle's that kind of big man. He can eat you up. 34 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, 13 for 19. But look at the stat line of everybody else. Look at the stat line of everybody else on this team, on that Knicks team. Nerlens Noel, he only got 5 rebounds, 6 points, 3 for 4. Kemba Walker got 7 points. He's supposed to be a star for them. He's supposed to be their star. 7 points. Only played 17 minutes, by the way, as well. I don't know what's going on there. 3 for 9. RJ Barrett, 9 points, 2 for 12. 15 boards for RJ Barrett. He did help you get outboarded. But the thing to me is, I can keep going down the list. Burks with 13, Quickly with 12, Toppin with 10. But none of them had great shooting. Toppin actually shot pretty well. But none of them had great shooting nights. Over 100 in the chat. If y'all new here, man, like that video, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports weekly. Also, man, if you haven't subscribed, man, I mean, listen, a lot of love to all the people that have, man, but this stat's still wild to me, man. 52% of people have not subscribed. 47% have. To the 47% that have, shout out to you. But Julius Randle can kill you. Julius Randle can go off. But he's gonna be in the paint. Same way that Aaron Gordon, Aaron Gordon tried to do a lot for Denver in that game without Jokic over there. Like he's gonna be in the paint. His points are gonna come 2 points at a time. We've got guys that can knock down that three. If Kobe White can go out there and knock down that three consistently, if Kobe White can go out, or if Ayo DeSumo can get to the point where he's knocking down that three consistently, you saw Caruso knocking down some threes. You see Zoe knocking down threes. You see, like, you want to take the 2-for-1 trade off? I can live with that. I can live with that all day and all night. I'm very fine with that. I'm very fine with that. The fact that you didn't let anybody else get off. That's the biggest thing to me. That's the biggest thing that the Bulls were able to do tonight, man. And when you look at, how this team matches up versus these Eastern Conference teams, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a Bulls team that, to me, is absolutely in a position where they can not only be a top team in the East, but if you're winning games like this, it shows me that if you're doing this now, they're not fully there yet. They're not fully there yet. They're not to the point where it's the finished product. There's a lot of products still on the floor, and you're 12-5 through one of the toughest stretches of your season. Through one of the toughest stretches of your season. That's huge. That's huge, y'all. That's not nothing to scoff at right there. That's a big thing for the Chicago Bulls. Shout out to Tanner for the super chat, man. He said, shout out to the Bulls fans with the "you sold out" chants. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who sold out? I didn't see that. What is that one? I missed that one, dog. You're moving in the right direction. And you're still not at that finished product yet. And yet here we are adding in these pieces that are going to be huge. By the way, Vooch still isn't playing yet. You're getting meaningful minutes from guys you weren't expecting to. You're getting meaningful minutes from Tony Bradley Jr. And on that West Coast trip in the beginning, you weren't. Somebody had to talk to him. Somebody had to say, listen, Tony, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. You're hurting the team more than you're helping them. You're hurting the team more than you're helping them. Because he was just standing at the top of the key, not trying to be a part of the offense at all. In his mind, he was like, I'll just be a defensive guy. No, you have to be a part of the offense. They're leaving you alone. You got meaningful minutes for the first time from Kobe White. What are you guys' thoughts on Kobe White? Now, listen, let's have an educated conversation about this. Let's not go all the way one way or the other. You know, let's not trade him high. Let's not be like, oh, his value's high. Trade him right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's as P Kid in the chat says, he can't believe that he's saying Kobe White had a good game. Like, let's not go one way or the other. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a good game in the right direction for Kobe White, and to me, it's showing me that at a minimum, in his new role, if he can find that rhythm, he can play that role. If he can find that role, he can absolutely play that role for the Bulls. And I think that's a good problem to have. At a minimum, if he consistently plays like that, you can at least trade him in that situation. In that situation. Is this the toughest stretch of our season? Question from the chat. Is it the toughest stretch? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said the toughest stretch. But I mean, think about this, right? You came out on the positive side. Let's remember where we were here. You came out on the positive side of a stretch where you started off the season nice, but then you went Knicks, Jazz, Celtics, Sixers, Nets, Mavericks, Warriors, Clippers, Lakers, Blazers, Nuggets, Knicks again. Out of all of those teams, you lost 1, 2, 3. You lost all 5 of your games. Your 5 losses came in one of the tougher stretches of the season. But you still end up winning more than you lost. You went 3-2 on a tough road trip. You come back here, you get a win. That's big. That's big. Let's be real. I mean, you might, I'll say this. You're kind of still in that tough stretch. It just is a little more broken up here because you still got coming up here as the Bulls. I think I went to the end of the season. As the Bulls, you still got Pacers, a little couple spaces. Then you got the Heat, then the Knicks, and then there's another tough stretch here where Knicks, Nets, Nuggets again. But let me look at the schedule here. Let me kind of keep going through. I'm gonna stand on that. That's probably the toughest stretch of your season. There's not another segment. Okay, right here. Here's another section of the season. You got Knicks, Wizards, Clippers, Heat, Bucks, Celtics. That's to end the year for you. That's the end of the year for you. You came out on the good side, and your team hasn't even really gotten to that perfect section of cohesiveness. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You're moving in the right direction, and I like that. And I like that. And you're adding in. Now, listen, all of that, you add in Kobe White to that. Let Kobe White be able to consistently find that stroke. You add him into that. You add back Vooch into that. In one of the toughest stretches of your season, you didn't have your big man who's a 22-10 big man. That's why you see me so hyped. That's why you see me like really excited here, because this is something that I did not expect this early. I expected more of a, hey, it's going to take some time for these guys to learn how to play together. It's going to take some time for this Bulls team to learn how to get it together. And it hasn't. I want to hear from you guys as well, man. Call into the show 855-908-5668. What are your thoughts on tonight's Bulls dub, man? What are your thoughts over tonight's Bulls dub? Over 200 in the chat. 200. 200 people in here, man. 41 likes. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Shout out to y'all, though. Shout out to y'all, though. Hey, look, that's the kind of family we got. Spice came in and said, P. Kid said Kobe had a good game. What? What? Your team's moving in the right direction, and here's the thing that this Knicks game shows you. Now you see, okay, they can withstand the runs because they let them back. They let the Knicks back in. You knew that the Knicks were going to go on a run. You knew that the Knicks were going to be able to, okay, by the end of this thing, you know, they're going to come back and fight their way back in. They're good. You were only leading by 12 at most at that point. They're going to have an opportunity where you can fight your way, where they can fight their way back into this game. How do you withstand that? And the Bulls went through that third quarter where they were fighting for that. But how do you switch that up? How do you switch that up? Bulls stayed home defensively. Julius Randle going off. Keep doing it. Derrick Rose can't beat me. Emmanuel quickly can't beat me. That's a learning experience that you can take throughout the season. That's a learning experience tonight. The game you played tonight, the game you played versus the Denver Nuggets, that's a learning experience that you can take throughout the season because it is a game of runs. It is a game of lead changes. It is a game. How do you respond to them? 2 out of 3 times, the Bulls have responded well. One time you lost to Portland. I still think, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm that guy that I'm like, there's just some teams you don't beat. Bulls ain't beat Portland. Bulls haven't had a good record in Portland since like Jordan. The thing that I'm not willing to do with this Bulls team is to sell pieces now because we feel like we need this big man in the future. There will be guys out there that will get bought out. It's not 2K, y'all. You can't just throw somebody into the mix and it's just going to be, oh, kumbaya, here we go. It's not 2K. You can't just expect Kobe White to have the game he had tonight, game 1 on a West Coast trip where he hasn't gotten a practice in. It's not 2K. I swear it's not. Say we beat Portland, but we didn't beat them in Portland. We beat Portland in Chicago, I believe. But the Bulls come out of here with a dub tonight, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like this is that dub that I look at and I say this is the more important dub, right? Because you got tomorrow in Indiana, or is that still in Chicago? Either way, I mean it's a drive. Um, or is that still going to be in Chicago? No, that's in Chicago. So, but a back to back. Pacers are coming in. Did the Pacers play tonight? And the Pacers struggling to start this season off. Pacers did not play tonight, so they'll be rested. I could see tomorrow being a tougher game for you. I wanted you to get this one versus the Knicks. Plus, it does more for your mentality, does more for your psyche. Knicks 9-7, 5th in the Eastern Conference. You don't want to let them back in. You want to keep them where they're at. You want to keep them down. You want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, this Bulls team is learning things on the fly. And I'm going to be honest with you. Somebody said Bulls are shooing, or beginning of the season, we were talking about, are the Bulls going to win 50 games? I mean, look at it now. If I'm looking at it now, 50 games looks easy. Now, of course, injury, all the COVID stuff, all of that, it's you have to take that into account. But 50 games looks easy. And I'll tell you why. This is the stretch that I thought you were going to struggle your most in and lose most of your games in. And you didn't. And not only that, but the team has figured out, okay, when this guy's off in this stretch of things. When this guy's off, let him go. When Zach's off, let DeMar go. When DeMar's off, let Lonzo go. When Lonzo's off, eventually you'll be able to let Vooch go. When Vooch is off, hey, guess what? Like, I can keep naming names. That's so different for us. There's so many players on this team now that when one of your big guys is down, and it does happen throughout the season. Sometimes, listen, and Zach still had a 20-plus point game. But he was 4 of 11 at one point. And he finished it off 7 for 20, 7 free throws. They've figured out when to go to somebody, how to go to somebody, and now you're adding weapons back into that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's a different kind of basketball than we've seen here. That's a different kind of basketball than we've had in Chicago in how many years? And I'm gonna be real with you. I'll say this. We're talking about going back to the Jordan years. Because as much as I love Derrick Rose did not have a number 2. He had Jimmy Butler for like a crossover year there, where they both were there. But like Derrick wasn't really playing. Derrick and then Jimmy was kind of doing his thing, and then Derrick was kind of like coming back. And of course, he hits the free throw in the game winner. But you never saw them play together. I didn't even mention Caruso. And so I look at this team. Yes, I do think that they like Shay said when he called in. I think that this team has when I look at this team, you can add a piece in, like he said, a big man piece, a power forward piece. I don't think you give up anything you have here because this is working now. At a time when, in my mind, it shouldn't be working. Listen, we saw LeBron and them come together and they couldn't figure out how to get it together till the end of the year. Now it's about, can you continue to do this? And to me, I look at a guy. Listen, can Kobe White continue to be this guy? As much as we clown on P Kid for trade Kobe White, blah blah blah. Kobe took his girl, all of that. He's got the reason he says that is because Kobe was a bad point guard. Now Kobe gets to be a 2 guard. When he comes back in, he didn't play. Now I think it's a little more premature, but I would rather, or he didn't play well, I should say. I think it's premature to say trade him this season. But to me, that's on Kobe. Can you be consistent? He's getting open looks. There's like Kobe's the third option on the floor when he's on the floor now. He's getting wide open looks. But if he can be consistent, that's game changing moving forward. That's game changing moving forward. Let's look ahead to next week's game, man. I'm not gonna stay on here too long because I'm doing a dolo. How many people we got in here? We got 250 people in the chat. Shout out to y'all, man. If y'all haven't subbed to the page, man, hit that subscribe button, bro. Hit that subscribe button. We got so much content for y'all, man. Also, man, check out what we're gonna be doing on the Patreon. The Patreon gets started tomorrow. We're gonna be rolling out content that's going to be exclusive content over on the Patreon. We're gonna be bringing some old videos back that we did. Views from the Bleachers podcast is gonna be over on there. We're gonna be bringing back Could He Play Today over on there. There's gonna be so much content on there exclusive to that Patreon family. So y'all get in tune with that. The link should be in the description below, and it's also over on the community tab. So check that out. Let's look ahead to this Bulls versus Pacers game, man. Sabonis basically the biggest player you got to worry about. TJ Warren's still out with that foot injury. I don't know if Vooch is going to be back for that, but that one, I'm going to tell you right now, that's a game where you're going to need Voochie. That's a game when you're going to need Voochie. That's one of those where you're like, they can board. They can absolutely board over on that team. A lot of good contribution, of course, from Sabonis. Sabonis on the season right now. He's averaging 17.8 points a game, 3 assists a game, 11 boards. He's shooting at 57% from the field, averaging about 1 steal a game. And I don't know, I don't know where, like, he hasn't, as far as I know, Vooch still hasn't done a lot of cardio. He hasn't done a lot of he had to pass 2 COVID tests because I know he was in the building tonight. He was out of the isolation protocol. So at a minimum, he passed the 2 COVID tests. So that's a good step in the right direction there. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. The guy you got, Miles Turner, is gonna be a problem for you. Now he's having a little bit of a down year here, but that's a game where he absolutely can get right. 12 points per game right now, but 7 rebounds. That's more of a, like a role playing kind of year. We haven't seen him have that crazy numbers like we had seen him have a couple of years ago. But he's shooting at 52%, and he can stretch the floor, and he's shooting at 40% from 3. Which I think that's the more mind-blowing part. So that Indiana game, especially off of a back-to-back, that could be one where you get into a little bit of trouble. You hope that the Bulls are able to come out there, man. Indiana really just one of those teams when I look at what they want to do, how they want to get it done. They're kind of middle of the road on everything. Middle of the road shooting the 3-ball, middle of the road 3-point percentage, only averaging at about 34% from the 3-point line. Not a top team in rebounds, not a top team in offensive rebounds. A lot of opportunity for the Bulls to sneak one out there, but those second of a back-to-back are the ones you have to be careful on. Those second of a back-to-back are the ones that you have to be careful on. Let's get back to the phones, man. Call into the show, 855-908-5668. We got Ricky Fontaine. Ricky, what's good, man?
Yo.
What's good, my
What's
boy?
good, man?
How you feeling? How you feeling about that
Good.
dub?
Hey, we beat the Knicks and the refs. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it started off the bat when Zach went for the dunk and he got hit in his head and they like they ain't seen nothing. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, then DeMar getting thrown on the ground. Like, we got, 2 techs in a row?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was one of those where it was Caruso got a tech and then DeMar got a tech, and it was just like, all right, it seems a little one-sided. Like, I get why they're upset.
It's just crazy. Like, I don't mind, like, if they call in fouls on both sides and, like, both teams shooting free throws,
Yeah.
or if they just letting them play, but to just biasly call it, and this happened against us versus Portland, too, and I'm like, we not about to lose another one because of this, are we?
Yeah.
Like,
And for all those Knicks fans out
what'd you
there
say?
who are laughing about the refs didn't give y'all calls or blah blah blah. That free throw disparity. I'm not gonna lie to you. Actually, it got pretty close at the end. All right, I'll take that. Never mind. My whole point was out the window. All right, I'll take it.
I mean, the thing is, it gets closer because they had to foul us.
This is true. You get those free throws late. So I think you took about 6 free throws at the end of the game. So yeah, I mean, it would have been 31-20 on the free throw disparity before they had to foul us at the end of the game.
Yeah, because like, think about it.
Point,
In the first half, it was 18-8.
Yeah, no, it was bad. No, it was at one point it was 31-18 or 31-16. It was 31-16.
That's crazy. They're saying we got fouled like 7 times. They got fouled like 10,
right?
Like 15.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's a discrepancy for sure, man. Appreciate you for calling in, Ricky.
And then the thing of,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo, I wanted to say, this is what I was talking about that one time when I called. I was like, we actually got a team because you can see camaraderie. You can see everybody on the bench having fun. It's communication on the court. Like, we haven't seen that in about 3 seasons where it's just quiet. When people scoring, it's like little golf claps. Like, it just, like, we finally got a team in here.
It does seem like they've come together. I think that a lot of the connections that these guys had, and appreciate you for calling in as always, Ricky. Stay safe out there, all right, my boy?
All right.
Peace. I think that the connection, I mean, you got if I'm not mistaken, first off, there's like half of the team has a Cali connection. Zach and Lonzo have the UCLA connection. Lonzo and DeMar have known each other since Lonzo was in like high school because of the Cali connection. I think Zach knew them because when he was at UCLA, he ended up having that little connection with them as well. What else is Vooch and DeMar played together in college, so they had that connection. I mean, like, there's a ton of connections on this team that put this team together. So that camaraderie, like you said, that's there. That's there. That's serious. You know what I'm saying? Didn't Caruso play out west too? Like, not Lakers like Caruso, but wasn't that something that I think there's a connection with Caruso as well? So it to me, like, that Cali connection, that's big. That's big. And you saw Vooch, he tweeted it out the other day. He said, "I'm glad that my pitch to DeMar worked." Because they had that relationship. Like, hey, look, we can finally come play together. We can finally get this in. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back out to the phones, man. Going out to the 908. What's good, man?
What's up, Pat?
Man, how you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. That's 980, brother. This is Debo, the Black Panther.
Oh, Debo in the building said 980. You right. Hey, I got a little dyslexia. Don't worry about it, man. What's good, Debo, man? I appreciate you for sticking around for the full game out here.
Don't forget about that $200 bet, or I get to help you guys commentate a playoff game now if we get 50 games. If we get 50 wins.
Did we say that?
Forgot about that?
Did we say that? If we said that, listen, you could come through. Like, if we said it, well, you could come through. But I'm gonna have to check the tape on that. No, it's all good. Listen, we'll find it.
I work a lot, brother, so it'll probably be a call in. But look, I just wanted to say this real quick.
Let's do it.
I don't see Acme letting Kobe go anywhere, and I'm not that big on. I'm not a Kobe White fan to that degree. I'm a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
But the reason these guys have shown me, man, they are strategic. They went out, and since that Vooch trade, they have not picked up any offensive players except DeRozan. Everybody else they've signed or traded for since has been defenders.
Yep.
So they're not going to go and get rid of a 6'5" guard who can get a shot. And look, you don't have to. They're not pressured to trade Kobe right now. Kobe's still under his rookie contract, right?
Yeah.
And they gave him the extended offer, so why trade him? If he leaves, he leaves. If someone offers him more money, it is what it is.
Right.
I'm not going to trade no 6'5" guard that's backing up Zach and DeRozan. One of them have an off game. Somebody may get hurt.
Right.
Somebody may be in trouble. You got another guard that can come in, drop 20 in the sleep. I mean, he's struggling now, but the dude ain't have no off season or nothing. You know, he had surgery. So, look, man, I love this team. I love this leadership. The Jim Boylan era is over. And I'm loving life right now, brother. I'm loving life.
Hey.
But I just wanted to holler at you, man. I've been listening to you, man. I've been following you since you used to do the Back at It Again. You know what I'm saying? So I dig it, man. I dig it. You and PK and Ringo, man, I love you guys, man.
Hey.
And I forgot your other host name, Bit Dude.
Oh.
Y'all some cool brothers, man. I watch the show all the time.
Hey, Debo, we appreciate you for rocking with us, bro. We appreciate the love, man. We love that support. Stay safe out there, all right, my boy?
All right, man.
All right, man. I'll let you. Oh, man. Right. He said the other guy, the thick one. What? Oh, kid. Ladies and gentlemen, the pettiest man in the building is in the building. It's Mr. P Kid, as always, back at it again. What's going on, my boy?
So I just got back.
You just
got back to the crib.
Kobe White. That's what it was.
You know what? I had to pull up because I was like, you know what? Kobe had a good game. It would be a punk move for me not to come on air and admit he had a good game.
Yeah.
So Kobe White had a good game. So that's the best you get out of me.
Stay safe out there, brother. No, just
14 points, 2 assists in 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Absolutely filling in for a horrible shoot night for Zach. Well, it ended up being a good night at the end of the day, but I mean, he had a wonderful fourth. But for a minute, Zach was definitely stinking it up.
Right.
Yeah, it's what can I say? I just didn't want to go out like that, basically.
I mean, this is the thing, right? Like of course, like we always come in here. Kid is we like I said, we joke with Kid about Kobe White took your girl. Kids say trade Kobe White. At the end of the day,
first of all, can you stop saying that?
Hey, I mean,
that part right there is not cool because then
I
people are
mean,
like, "Oh, he took like, nah, dog, he ain't take no girl of mine. What are we talking about?"
I I mean, I will say you came in the first episode a little spicy at him. That was the only thing I could think of, dog.
It's not my fault. He was trash his first couple games I came in. Hey, listen, you said it yourself. He was a trash point guard, and he still
Oh,
is a trash point guard. I don't care what you
he
say.
was a bad point guard. He was a bad point, and you saw him in a couple moments where it was like, yeah, missed that pass right there. Could have been a good pass there. But the thing that I think that you have to look at is, wow, is the Windy City Bulls playing on TV right now, and Marko Simonovic is on the court. All right, interesting. I wasn't expecting that. It is 10:20 at night.
Is he really playing right now?
He playing right now. He just starting. They literally just tipped off the game right now. Like this, I wasn't expecting that to be on NBC tonight. Like that's they look bad. Oh yeah, they 1-5. Okay, that's why they look bad.
They 1-5, but does he look good?
He ain't did nothing yet. The game literally just started.
No, I mean he been playing for him, ain't he?
No, he just went back down there. Like he was back up with the Bulls for that West Coast trip. Which is why
I don't understand.
Understand what?
Why is he not getting no tick?
I don't know. I'm assuming Billy's seeing something that we not seeing, which is why they want him to play.
He's not Matt Nagy in it. I see. Okay,
right. Down in the G League or what is it? Yeah, it's the G League, right?
It's the G League.
I don't know why Marco's not getting a tick. I think that it could be just trying to figure out the rules of American style. Like like there's a few differences. I wouldn't think it would be like, oh my God, figure it out.
A huge gap. It's still basketball.
I got nothing. I haven't seen him play a minute. So
hey man, listen.
I thought he was going to be a big part of this team. You usually don't bring European players over and be like, yeah, go get the G League, dog. Get your ticket.
I had to reevaluate my whole take on how Kobe fits with this team. And the one thing I will say is this: with the emergence of Ayo being a point guard and a good combo guard at that, I can see that second unit being Ayo, Kobe, DJJ, stuff like that. And it's a nice, fast-paced, high-scoring second unit, right? It will be good. I can see it happening if Kobe can be consistent. The one thing I've always been a big thing going is consistency. And consistency has not been there. I don't need 31 game and a bunch of 8-point games and you getting starter minutes. If you're getting starter minutes and you got to start doing what starters do. And so again, keep it a buck with yourself. Keep it a buck with everything we said. If we gonna kill one player for doing it, we got to kill all of them for doing it.
But you know what?
Let me clean that up. Maybe kill is a bad word to use because it get taken out of context. If we're going to sit there and berate or criticize other players for their inconsistencies, Kobe White is not immune to that. We killed Larry Markkinen, and I'm not a big Larry Markkinen fan by any means, but he had the same problem. Starter minutes giving me up and down points, up and down production. That was Kobe White's entire career so far. I don't care what he's did in college or whatever like that. That mean you're a good NBA player yet. Right.
But to me now you can reevaluate it, one, because the evaluation
natural role.
He's playing his natural role, but the evaluation was based on, did Garpax mess up another draft pick? Mm-hmm. Like everything was tied to, hey, did Garpax get it right or not? Like Larry Markkinen going to the bench the second that, well, it wasn't the second. He actually got a lot of opportunity to be a starter, but him going to the bench. Like the one thing I can say now, Kobe got hurt kind of quick when he went to the bench, but like Lowry on the bench, like Larry went to the bench and it was like, hey man, like I'm kind of done here in Chicago, so I'm gonna just kick it. Like what? Like, oh, okay, like at least Kobe's like, oh, I'm off the bench, but I can be like the microwave and come in and drop 15 and like hype up, be hype and play my position. Like that works for me. Like that's at least why I kill Lowry so much, because Lowry went to the bench and he was like, I should be a starter. I should be paid like a star. And then he went out and made what, 70-something million out in Cleveland and putting up a solid 11 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get betting on yourself, but you lost.
Hey, you know the one thing,
you got 70 million, you didn't lose, but you lost points wise. Like you're not the star you think you are. And I'm very happy with the move to get him out of there.
I'm happy with the move as well. And again, it was just one of those things where you just got to move some people around. I don't think any of those players are being utilized right. And there's no way you can sit there and say with good faith that any of these players were utilized appropriately or the game plan was to their strengths and stuff like that. There's no way you can say that. It doesn't matter what. If Kobe White's on the floor as a point guard or shooting guard, guess what? He's still ball dominant. He can still contribute in other ways.
Yep.
And so it doesn't, if you mean to tell me, oh, he's a shooting guard that he can't come down and set up an offense and then rotate, you crazy. You ain't really played basketball. I'm not trying to hear it. Right?
No, and it's you're not wrong. It's about the consistency of it. Listen, Kobe had a great night tonight. Kobe could come out and give you 4 points tomorrow. And on a night where we're probably going to need Kobe more than we needed him tonight, because off of a back-to-back, you usually don't want to play your starters as many minutes to try not and get them completely exhausted.
That's the one thing I've actually heard differently. I've heard a lot of players saying they like back-to-backs. They don't like playing a team coming off a back-to-back and they haven't played.
And they haven't played a back-to-back. Really?
I've heard a lot of that from players, now obviously not star players, but like from players who actually play.
Hey, listen. So my point. Of course, they love a back-to-back because you're gonna get some more minutes that second game.
Yeah, they're gonna get some more minutes. I got a lot of people that actually play internationally. Yeah. So they actually like those back-to-back games because they keeps them in rhythm. Whereas if they play a game, then they're off 2 days and stuff like that. It's hard to get back up for that game.
I can see that. I can see that. I think that, and I'm gonna be real with you. Coming in versus Indiana off to a bad start. Like I don't even know what's happening. It's like Sabonis and the rest of them, but you don't want that to be the game where they figure it out. Like the Portland game was kind of the game where Dame figured it out, and I don't know what he's done since that game, but that was the game to me where it was like you want to make sure that's not the game where they figure out what's going on. Because I mean, Miles Turner has kind of been down. I'm sorry, TJ Warren's a dude to me. I've always thought he was just a dude. He had a hot turn up in the bubble, and he ain't done nothing since then. But he's been injured a lot since then as well. So
you the one person I would say is like you don't care about a player's injury at all. The man turns up in a bubble, has high expectations for this season. 4 games into the season, gets hurt, and you like, see, I told you. And it's like the dude get hurt.
He did last season too, though.
No, dog, no.
Bubble 2 seasons ago.
No, he had a good season. He ain't played since the bubble. Not really.
No, that's what I'm saying. He had the injury, but this is my thing with him. Dame dropped 40 the game after us. Yeah. He figured it out on us. That's what I did. That's what you don't want to happen. But no, like to me, like I look at them a lot of them dudes in the bubble, and it's like, well, TJ Warren wasn't nobody before the bubble. The bubble came, he balling out. Bubble left. Now you're right. He been injured a lot, but
he been injured. He had what was it, the ACL or it was something like that, right?
What's he out with now? Like this dude always out. First off, that's why it wasn't he hurt before the bubble too. Like he came back.
I didn't keep track of him. I just know that the one thing I'll say. I really didn't because to me the bubble actually the bubble did a lot of things. For one, for a lot of role players, it gave them the opportunity to show out because it was just like playing in the gym.
Yeah.
And so it built confidence. Like, Miami's whole run is based off of the bubble. Like their whole dominance was built in the bubble. Like everything about them is gelling because of the bubble.
They were what, a 5th seed?
Yeah, but you got to think about they made it to the finals. They played the Lakers.
Yeah.
Would Tyler Hero be as confident as he is now without the bubble? Would Duncan Robinson be as confident without the bubble? I would say no. And so for some players, they ride that wave. It works out well. Phoenix rode that wave, worked that well. You get CP3, it rides out.
Yeah.
It works out great for you. Cam Payne has looked like a different player since the bubble.
Dog, that's one. Well, no, not the bubble, just last year, wasn't he? He wasn't on the team in the bubble.
I think he was.
Was he? I didn't think Cam Payne was on that team in the bubble.
I can't imagine I can't imagine them in good faith picking him up just for 1 year. It's like you have a lot of faith in that for no reason.
He was out the league 2 years ago. Oh, hey, Marco up and under, nice leg, a lot of contact.
Marco's a very agile big man. I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm trying to figure out what he's not doing well that's keeping him in the G League. Because he seemed like one of those players that like he's definitely too good for the G League. But maybe I don't know. I don't know. Like we need a 7-footer, and we're not putting in the one guy that's 7 feet tall.
But here's the thing: he's a 7-footer, but he's not a Vooch 7-footer. What do you
No,
mean? Like
he can't.
he's
He
not
ain't,
your big man, get in the paint and get those boards. So like to me, he's just a more agile version of Larry Markkinen. Like that's all he is. He's a
I'll
little
say
taller.
this. I look at him as the reason why I don't want the Bulls. If you're gonna go get somebody, don't go get Bobo. Don't go get somebody that is a handle the ball kind of big man, because you got that dude on the team already. He's just on a 2-way contract.
Yep.
You can bring that dude up. Like, go get a dude that you don't have right now.
But
What do you?
that kid's not a big rebounder though. He's a scorer.
He's a. I'm a rebound off of the. If it's a high bounce or something, I can go get it and take off.
Marco is one of those
He rebound like
point
Zach
forwards.
Yeah.
He gotta have a rock to be effective. That's not gonna work in this offense. Like we would be forcing him to change his game just from the tape I watched of him. Like he can ball, but it's just his style of play and what we need just don't match up. He's just tall.
He's a ball dominant guy. I don't know if he would work in the lineup with Zach, but
be a good second unit piece. I'll tell you that.
That's what I would want him for. I wouldn't want him in the starting five, but you had him on the bench in the second unit, and you basically were just like, nah, we just gonna go with Derrick Jones Jr., Troy, which it worked out. Listen, you went 3-2 on the West Coast trip. Who am I to say that he's not, able to go out there and play the center position, or that he's not able to go out there and
no, he's not a good center. He's not ready to play the center position. He's not.
Well, I mean, most of the teams you played, he would have been the tallest dude on the floor. Minus Portland. Minus Portland, he's the tallest dude on the floor in every game.
Dog, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, man, listen.
It's one of those like, I'm not in practice, so I don't know what Billy's seeing, and he's like, yeah, you're not getting in my lineup.
At the same time, just because you tall don't mean you effective. Like we're thinking of it from the average man height. A lot of these dudes are 6'6", 6'7". 7 feet ain't out of reach for them. Like, listen, we done seen some people go up and get that thing. We done seen some people put them in a basket like nobody's business.
Devontae Green ain't that much taller than me, and I done seen him go up and get that thing. So
so at this point, it's like, yeah, you tall, you big, but you ain't like insurmountable big. Like you're not immovable. Like it's very few of those big men left in the game. So
yeah,
I don't know. But I just know Marco don't look like he's one of those dudes. Marco look like he's trying to be the next. I was about to say the white Kevin Durant. I don't know if that's appropriate. I said it though.
I called Mitch the white Cam Newton at one point. So
Cam looked good today.
Hey, Cam got my fantasy team moving in the right direction. Shout out to Cam, man. I needed that.
About to drop him though. Look at you, bandwagon.
I'm definitely gonna drop him. Definitely
bandwagon.
Listen, I rode with him while he was going up against Washington's defense. I'll take that all day.
Cam needs those little buffer games, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man, listen, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always. What you think gonna be the outcome tomorrow, kid?
Oh, it's a dub.
Back-to-back dubs for the Bulls.
Back-to-back dubs. Ain't no reason to doubt it. Who they got that's gonna stick our two stars?
Malcolm Brogdon would play on Zach.
Man, please. Who'd use his name?
Who's they three? I don't even know.
Barbecue Chicken. Malcolm Brogdon. You really? Really? Yep. Hey, listen. Malcolm in the NBA, he plays better than I do.
You know what? You know what's interesting? Like, if you come off of a game versus the Knicks too, where they're playing like really tough defense, and then you go into a game like this, the Bulls might win by a lot. Like a back-to-back is a tough. It's a tough situation, especially when
I'm Malcolm. I'm not trying to stick Zach or DeMar. Like, who the heck? Nah, barbecue.
Hey, you said he gonna catch that Rose flu.
Hey, listen.
I've seen a lot of point guards catch that Rose flu, man.
They have no backcourt. They front court loaded. They ain't got no backcourt.
I don't even. I'd say. Oh yeah, no. Jeremy Lamb. Karis LeVert. Is LeVert back?
LeVert's back. He playing?
LeVert on the bench. Gotta be. Or they just not playing him a lot.
Well, I mean, he's
Karis LeVert actually. I don't know what's going on with Karis LeVert. I ain't gonna lie to you. He got a couple. It's real up and down here. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I take a Bulls dub. I got it. I'm with it.
Didn't he have like a heart issue or something like that?
Yeah. That's what they found that out. Didn't they trade him to Houston? And then they found that out like when they traded him to Indiana, something like that.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that, they would never found out.
Yeah. And then he was out that season pretty much. But I think he got it took care of and came back. Yeah, Torrey Craig. And they got a lot of forwards, dog.
Like I said, front court loaded.
Bro, they got there's more forwards on the team than guards.
I'm gonna say it right now. I got DeMar with another 30 piece. I got Zach with maybe 25, 26. I got Lonzo with a double-double.
It's in Chicago, too. They ain't got to go nowhere.
I got Kobe with 10.
Okay.
I'm going to give Kobe 10.
10 off the bench is good.
Hey, listen, do your job.
Yeah, 10 off the bench. And listen, now it's all about how's he do in this new role.
I got Caruso with almost a triple-dub.
Ooh. Almost fouled out tonight. Comes back with a triple dub. I can see that though. I can see Caruso clamping tomorrow. Just purely pissed off that he. Oh no, he did foul out. Purely pissed off that he fouled out of the game, and just clamping mugs up tomorrow.
Hey, outside of DeMar, that's
Caruso
the best
Sabonis.
pickup.
Caruso on Sabonis.
He's what?
He's gonna be guarding Sabonis probably.
No, he's not.
He was guarding the 4 tonight. Sabonis the 4 for them, ain't they?
Dog, I'm not putting Caruso on Sabonis. Sabonis gonna eat that kid alive. Hey, listen, I'm all for riding with my team, but guess what?
Hey, I ain't even
Sabonis gonna eat that man alive.
Sabonis is 6'11" too. Hold on now, let me see.
Sabonis is a big man whose father was a legendary big man who's absolutely gonna punish that dude. You put Caruso on him.
Hey, listen, he gonna punish Tony Bradley too. But you know what? This is the thing, right? This is, to me, that's the guy that can kill you.
Sabonis?
So let him. Sabonis, that's the one guy that can kill you. Let him.
Absolutely.
Let him. Like you did with Julius Randle tonight. Julius Randle had 35 from 2.
Hey, he only went one way.
He only went one way. He's going left.
That's the crazy part with Sabonis. Sabonis could do more.
I've never seen Ringo be so right about something in my life. Every time I watch him, I'm like, man, he keep going left, bro. Like Ringo nailed that one. Like, he is going left every single time.
Hey, that's the funny thing though. Like, Ringo called that one right, and I have never seen a player that one-sided outside of John Stockton. He only went one way.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind until someone showed me clips, and it was like, dog, watch the game. He favors that one side so heavily.
The difference with Stock is you also couldn't play zone defense then, and going that one way, I can drop this thing off to Karl Malone a lot. Like Julius Randle going one way is very impressive. It's like he scored 35 points with one hand. Like, I seen Larry Bird do that, but like
I'm actually shocked RJ had a bad game.
You said what?
I'm shocked RJ had a bad game.
You know what?
Which, by the way,
the Bulls did a good job. I think they looked at that game plan that they had versus Aaron Gordon, and they were like, do that.
I'm still calling it. RJ's gonna have a better career than Zion Williamson.
Listen, hey, he might now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not expect RJ proved me wrong 110%. 110%. He proved me wrong. Because I didn't think his shot was so bad. I didn't think he was gonna develop a shot, but he was confident in it. Like, I guess you can't teach the confident part of it.
Can't teach the confident part.
He would pull that mug, and I would be like, dog, like, that is an ugly jump shot, and it is bad. Like, he readjusted his whole game. So I give RJ credit. RJ absolutely has proved me wrong. What, 3 years into his career?
If Lonzo can change his shot, which he did an excellent job doing, RJ can do it too. And so I'm happy to see it. All I said was people thought I was crazy when I said, I'm like, hey, listen, that kid too big. That kid gonna have he's gonna have a few good years. It's gonna be a bunch of injuries. And I'm not wishing that on him, but RJ has a brighter future. If I'm taking a bet, I'm picking RJ right now. I don't care what nobody says.
If we're being honest though, RJ could average 15 and 11, and he'd be the biggest thing in the NBA because he plays in New York. You know, it's kind of like your boy Jeter. Like, if you look at Jeter, it's just like he ain't do nothing crazy.
3,000 hits is crazy, though.
Hey, listen, he wasn't the best fielder on his team. He wasn't the best hitter on his team at any point. But
Seen a lot of LeBron talking.
He was Derek Jeter, and he was in New York.
Hey, listen.
He wasn't even the best player on the infield. Alex Rodriguez was absolutely a better player.
If you actually, you know what, you're right. You're right. Well, A-Rod had all the scandals behind him and stuff.
A-Rod and the steroid part. I'm just talking about on the fielding side of it.
Derek Jeter was the most consistent player they had.
Derek Jeter was giving out them gift baskets, and so he was, you was never going to
listen. At least he was a gentleman about it.
Hey, he's a good guy. Hey, listen. Bet there was some Manscaped products in there.
He's answered his own question. Hold on, wait. I see a couple. Did I see the LeBron thing? I know you probably didn't see it on the live.
Oh, I saw it. Oh, I tweeted it.
Hey, listen.
Bron gotta relax.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. I don't think he meant to hit him as bad as he did, but
I don't think he meant to hit him with the first one. Now, first off, it looks so much worse because if anybody watches boxing, y'all know a lot of blood vessels here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of blood vessels here. So anything hit here is going to leak. Mm-hmm. Which is why a lot of times, like in boxing, they put the Vaseline over the eye so your blood don't go in your eye, blah, blah, blah. But, man, they are getting murked. It is 25-14. Jesus.
25-14 is not getting murked.
No, it's not looking good. And,
oh,
my bad, 27-14.
All right, that's kind of getting murked. All right.
But no, it was like Bo, and then the fist to the face. Like, I fully get Stewart, and I'll be honest with you. Shout out to
He was holding on to his forearm though. So LeBron's trying to snatch it back, and he hits him. Now it's an aggressive play, but he ain't trying to hit him in the face. I don't think he's trying to hit him in the face. I think he's just being aggressive. And if you look at when he charged LeBron, I think they were actually he was trying to tell him that. I don't think LeBron meant anything dirty by it at all.
Hey, listen, you gotta. I don't know. It looked bad. It looked real bad. To me, I saw that. I was like, no, that looks like, because it looks like it's a box out. First off, it's a free throw box out, and DeAndre Jordan got the rebound. So there was no reason to go with the snatch back.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Stewart, okay, we boxing out. I'm going to let you go because Jordan's got the rebound. Your job, Brian's job there is just to keep him from getting that board.
Yeah, one thing I will say is Stewart is first of all, you got to relax, Stewart. I'm just talk right into the camera like I'm Stephen A. Smith. You got to relax. First of all, this is the best player in the league, or not best player in the league, one of the most highly regarded players in the league at this point. It's LeBron James. I don't have to give you his resume. It's LeBron freaking James, and you're charging LeBron James. Guess what? They'll put you under the bus before they actually do anything to LeBron. Stay in the game, get your money, feed your family. Don't be stupid. You charging LeBron all stuff, you're not going to do nothing. The moment you put something on LeBron has a bunch of people to come for you.
No, hey, listen, this is the thing, right? This is the thing, and that's facts, because you saw DeAndre Jordan was the one that was going to get into it. And I was like, this is the thing, though. I respect Stewart for actually standing on being upset. I'm so sick of the fake outrage when something happened and it's like, oh my God, let's do this. What was it? Miles Turner wrestling with Rudy Gobert?
Yeah.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Goofy.
It was just like, we're wrestling. Somebody's gonna come now. Hey, it's whatever you want it to be. Stewart was like, no, I'm about that action. I'll see you right here. We can do this right. Oh, you gonna go? You ejected too? I'll meet you in the locker room. I'm here for Stewart. I'm here for that because it's real. Don't do the whole fake outrage thing. If y'all gonna fight. I respect Rondo for the whole or not. Yeah, it was Rondo.
No, I respect Rondo for busting off CP3.
Busting on CP because CP.
Hey, listen, realest do what I know. Hey, listen.
I respect that. You know.
Hey, he hit that man quick. What? Rondo's a dirty player though, dog. I'm sorry. I love Ron. He's dirty.
Plus, just love CP. That's all. CP mad dirty.
They both dirty, dog.
Mad dirty. They both dirty. That's why they don't like each other. They're the same dude.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, what you think is gonna happen? I think for one, Stewart is about to get fined probably half his contract at this point because he made the NBA look real bad.
I don't think so. I think Stewart. I think that it'll be. I'm gonna be honest with you. At that point, if you charge it a flagrant 2, They got to look at that for potential suspension for LeBron. Now, of course, they're not going to suspend LeBron. But the NBA has to look at that for potential suspension on the severity of it. Now, of course, LeBron going to be like, come on, Adam, you know I wasn't going to do nothing. Like, but it's to me, Stewart is reacting to what Bron did, and what Bron did was unnecessary. So I get why he's upset. Like, DeAndre Jordan got the ball, he's going back, he's throwing the ball to the point guard, a whole nother play about to happen. Like, there's no reason for you to snatch back other than you trying to hit me in the face to get me off of you and show that I'm 6'8", 260. Now, granted, I don't know if Isaiah Stewart, I'm going to be honest with you, life decisions. Maybe not a good idea to run up on somebody 6'8", 260 that can bust your eyebrow that easy. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron is worried about if he can handle himself. Like, I think
I don't know if Bron can fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had this conversation with many of people.
You ever had that dude who couldn't fight, but he was just so strong it just wasn't worth it? I think that's LeBron.
I've seen that dude get knocked down though. Like, it's like if he grabbed me, it's over. But if I swing, like Bron not expecting somebody to come swing. So if I reach in for the grab and you come with the overhand fist, Bron might get clocked. He probably ain't got a rebound to that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I done seen a couple dudes like that who was strong for no reason, big for no reason, not affected or phased by much. Yeah, them dudes, when they actually do hit you, they clear out. so if Bron ain't gotta be like he ain't gotta be the best with his hands. But I really don't think he's worried about. And at the same time, as much money as he spends on his body and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure he invested in some self-defense classes. Trust me.
You ain't never seen that man boxing. Hey, look. Self-defense is different than keeping a tool on you.
Hey,
wow, the Lakers won that game too.
Who?
The Lakers actually won that game. They was getting blown out, fam. 37-17, fourth quarter. Jeremy Grant was killing the mugs.
Save Jeremy Grant.
Hey, listen, I'll take Jeremy Grant.
Save Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant, and then who else we gotta save? Save Christian Wood. We got some good players.
Isaiah Stewart, 6'8", 250. Yeah.
That's a good close fight.
I want to see it.
That's a good close fight.
We just started giving these mugs views from the bleachers out here, man. They're gonna have to pay for that. Tune in.
Pay for that one.
We're gonna be talking so many national topics over on the Patreon, man. The Patreon gets cracking tomorrow. We're gonna start posting exclusive content over there. So check out the link in the description and check out the link on the community tab for the Patreon to sign up for that. It's $10. Just to get in. If you want a lot of merch, there's going to be merch that's given away. You can sign up for higher tiers, but just to get in, $10, man. And listen, we definitely going to be talking about it. Anytime we get to see like NBA players square up, we definitely going to be talking that. And over on the Patreon, we get to actually break down video with the video behind us. So y'all pull up for that because it's going to be video on the screen while we watching it.
That's the best thing right there. We actually get to show footage and stuff like that.
To show footage.
We don't have to worry about YouTube saying, you can't show this and take it down the channel.
Absolutely.
That's love.
Absolutely. We got so much stuff coming for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with it. It's still 258 people in here just rocking with us, talking regular NBA over that. Shout out to y'all, man. If y'all haven't done so, I'm going to show this graphic one last time, man, because I know, listen, it might not be y'all, but according to this, about half of y'all have not subscribed.
Wow.
Hit that subscribe button, man. We got so much content, Chicago-based content coming y'all way. And if y'all want to rock with the Patreon, man, we're going to have so much regular content, just national sports talk content coming y'all way. Stay in tune with us, man. We taking off this year. Well, next year. We took off this year. We got 10,000. We taking off all the rest of this year and next year.
I guess that
maybe the year after that. And then we'll try and keep it going the year after that. You know what I'm saying? At some point, we're going to build this thing up. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. As always, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Joined by the pettiest man in the building, Mr. Petty Casanova, P. Kid. Peace.